I am pleased to welcome you to Live Session 003 of our SolidWorks learning series. In today's session, we are going to learn 3D modeling using the Extrude command in SolidWorks. We will first understand the process of creating a 3D feature from a sketch, and then explore the important options available in the Extrude command. We will also discuss an important principle of mechanical design. Study the part first, create the right sketch, and then build the 3D model. So, let's begin today's session. Welcome to SGCADTECHEDU Academy. Learn, Design, Innovate. Now, let us begin our main topic for this session, Boss-Extrude. In this session, we will understand the Boss-Extrude command, its important options, and how it is used to create a 3D feature from a sketch. We will focus not only on the command, but also on the design approach behind using it correctly. Before we begin the actual modeling, let us understand what we are going to cover in this session. First, we will understand what Boss-Extrude is and how it converts a 2D sketch into a 3D feature. Next, we will discuss why studying the part and understanding its design intent is important before creating the sketch. Then, we will create the base sketch. After that, we will open the Boss-Extrude PropertyManager and study its available options. Finally, I will demonstrate the important options using practical examples. When we activate a new part in SolidWorks, we are presented with three standard reference planes: front plane, top plane, and right plane. We need to select the appropriate plane on which to create our sketch. But we should not select a plane randomly. The selection should be based on the shape of the part and its design intent. Therefore, before creating the sketch, we should first study the part and decide which plane will provide the most suitable profile for our base feature. Once we select the appropriate sketch plane, SolidWorks opens the sketch environment. In the Feature Manager design tree, we can see the selected plane and the newly created sketch one. At this stage, we are ready to create our base sketch. We have already covered SolidWorks fundamentals and sketching in our previous sessions, so I will not repeat those topics here. If you need a refresher, please refer to our earlier sessions. Now, let's move forward and create the base sketch for our Boss-Extrude feature. Here, I have intentionally created 4 separate sketches to demonstrate what can happen when we start sketching without properly studying and planning the part. We have different profiles here: a rectangle, a circle, a hexagon, and a curved profile. These sketches are geometrically valid, but they are not necessarily the right choice for the intended base feature. This is why studying the part and planning the base feature before creating the sketch is so important. In the next step, we will see how a well-planned base sketch can help us create the required 3D model efficiently. Remember, 1 part, plan first, create the right base sketch, build the 3D model. Now that we have studied the part and understood its design intent, we can decide which sketch should be used as our base feature. The objective is not to create multiple sketches unnecessarily. We should try to create a logical and well-planned base sketch that can generate the required primary form of the part. Once the correct base sketch is ready, we can apply the Boss-Extrude command to convert this 2D profile into our 3D feature. This is the approach I want you to develop while learning SolidWorks. Study the part, plan the sketch, create the base feature, build the model. Now, let's create our base sketch. Before we move ahead with the Boss-Extrude command, I want to emphasize one very important principle of mechanical design. Study the part before creating the sketch. The Extrude command works on the sketch we create and uses that sketch to generate the 3D feature. Therefore, the quality of our final model depends greatly on how well we understand and plan the base sketch. As we saw in the previous example, creating multiple separate sketches without first understanding the part can result in separate bodies or a model that does not represent the intended design. So, always remember, first study the part, understand its shape and design intent, then decide what the base feature should look like. Good sketching creates a strong base feature, and a strong base feature gives us a strong 3D model. Strong sketching, strong base feature, strong 3D model. Now let us start exploring the options available in the Boss-Extrude PropertyManager. The first option we will discuss is from Sketch Plane. This means that the extrusion starts from the plane on which our sketch was created. Next, under Direction 1, we have the blind end condition. Blind means that we specify a particular distance for the extrusion. In this example, the extrusion direction is upward, normal to the sketch plane, and the distance is 10 millimeters. So, in simple terms, sketch plane, blind, specify distance, create the 3D feature. The important point to remember is that the blind condition gives us direct control over the depth of our boss extrude. One more important point about the extrusion direction. Here, the boss extrude is extending in this direction from our selected sketch plane. If we change or reverse the extrusion direction, the material will be created on the opposite side of the sketch plane. Notice that the sketch plane itself does not change. Our sketch remains exactly where it was created. We are simply changing the direction in which SolidWorks creates the extruded feature. This is very important when we are deciding how the base feature should be positioned in relation to the sketch plane. The next end condition we will study is mid-plane. Here, I have selected mid-plane and specified a total extrusion depth of 20 mm. Unlike blind, where the extrusion extends in one direction from the sketch plane, mid-plane creates the extrusion equally on both sides of the sketch plane. Therefore, with a total depth of 20 mm, SolidWorks automatically creates 10 mm on one side and 10 mm on the other side. Notice that the sketch plane remains exactly at the center of the 3D feature. This option is particularly useful when we want the base feature to be symmetrical about the sketch plane. So remember, 20 mm total depth equals 10 mm plus 10 mm about the sketch plane. The next option we will discuss is offset from sketch plane. With this option, the boss extrude does not begin directly from the sketch plane. Instead, we first specify an offset distance. SolidWorks moves the starting location of the extrusion by this specified distance from the sketch plane. For example, if we specify an offset of 10 mm, the extrusion starts 10 mm away from the sketch plane. We can then specify the required extrusion depth from this new starting location. So, remember the sequence. Sketch plane, offset distance, extrusion depth. This option is useful when we need to position the beginning of the extruded feature away from the original sketch plane. The next end condition is up to surface. In this option, instead of specifying a fixed extrusion depth, we select a surface or face that will determine where the extrusion should stop. SolidWorks extends the sketch profile in the selected direction until it reaches the selected surface. Therefore, we don't need to enter a specific distance such as 10 or 20 mm. The important advantage is that the feature is controlled by the selected surface, so if the geometry changes, the extrusion can update accordingly. So remember, up to surface means the extrusion continues until it reaches the surface we select. Now let's look at another important option in Boss-Extrude, thin feature. Normally, when we create a Boss-Extrude, we use a closed sketch to create a solid feature. With thin feature, SolidWorks allows us to create a thin-walled feature from sketch geometry. We specify the required wall thickness, and SolidWorks creates the material around the sketch profile. This option is particularly useful for creating thin-walled components and is also very useful when working with an open sketch profile. The thickness can be applied in different ways, depending on the design requirement. So remember, thin feature is used when we want to create a thin-walled feature rather than a conventional solid extrusion. Here we are combining two important Boss-Extrude options. Under From, we have selected Offset Plane. Therefore, the extrusion starts from this offset plane rather than directly from the original sketch plane. For the end condition, we have selected Up to Surface. Now we select the appropriate surface of the base part as the terminating surface. SolidWorks creates the extrusion from the offset plane toward the base part and stops automatically when it reaches the selected surface. Therefore, we don't need to specify a fixed extrusion depth. Remember the complete sequence. Start from offset plane, extrude toward the base part, stop up to the selected surface. Here is another practical application of the Up to Surface option. In this example, an existing ball or spherical feature is already part of our model. We create our sketch and select Up to Surface as the end condition. Then we select the surface of the existing ball as the terminating surface. SolidWorks automatically extends the Boss-Extrude until it reaches that spherical surface. Notice that we don't have to calculate or specify the extrusion depth. The existing ball surface controls where the extrusion terminates. This is one of the advantages of using Up to Surface when modeling features that need to connect precisely to existing geometry. Now let us look at another useful option available within the Boss-Extrude command, Draft. Here, I have created a basic Boss-Extrude with a depth of 39 mm. I have activated the draft angle option and specified a draft angle of 15 degrees. Notice that the side faces of the extrusion are no longer parallel. They taper by 15 degrees as the feature is extruded. Draft is particularly useful when we need tapered walls, especially for manufacturing processes such as molding and casting. In this example, the important point is to understand that the 15-degree value controls the taper of the extruded faces. In this example, we are using the thin feature option within Boss-Extrude. Instead of creating a solid extrusion from a closed sketch, thin feature allows us to create a thin-walled feature from a sketch profile. Here, one direction is selected, and the thin feature thickness is set to 10 mm. The thin feature option is particularly useful when we want to create thin walls, ribs, or similar features from an open or suitable sketch profile. We should carefully select the direction and thickness according to the design requirements. Before we move to the practical examples, I have a small request for you. If you find this learning content useful, please subscribe to SGCADTECHEDU Academy. And I would especially request you to share this channel with your students, friends, colleagues, and professional contacts who are interested in SolidWorks, CAD, mechanical design, or who want to develop their design skills. If you know someone who is learning SolidWorks, preparing for CSWA, or beginning their journey in mechanical design, please encourage them to join us. One subscription may seem small, but when you share knowledge with someone who wants to learn, it can make a real difference in their journey. So please subscribe, like, share, and stay connected with SGCADTECHEDU Academy. Learn or design, innovate.